there, guys, it's me, Redrick here, the mom strategist, and I am so excited. Here's a quick message of the week. And I just thought about this actually when I was taking my shower this morning, and I wanted just to give you guys a quick message, food for thought, for all of you guys out here who are just rocking it out in your business and in your life. And that message is, what are you depriving yourself of? Okay, what are you depriving yourself of? Now, hang in there with me. And what I mean by that is, like, right now, you may know that there's something that you are meant to do. There's something you want to go for. There might be a big dream. I know that for me, the other day, I had a really great audition. I've never done a TV audition before. Never did a TV audition. I just got signed to television. I had a quick interview, but I didn't audition for it. For the national show I was signed to. For Ricky Lake's show, I didn't do an audition. I had an interview, and then I was signed to the show. So this is the first television audition that I ever had. And it got me to thinking, you know, when I saw the audition, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go for it. Just something completely out of the box that just fit for me. Hey there, Stephanie. Good to see you. I started thinking about this, and as I decided I'm going to go for it, I'm gonna just give it my all. I'm going to just swing for the fence. I'm going to keep this one with me, and I'm going to go do what I need to do. And I started thinking about, and I was talking to my husband about this last night. I have a good friend that came to town this weekend. She introduced me to my husband. She and her boyfriend at that time introduced me to my husband. And she and I have been friends since I worked at Citibank. I was her supervisor. And it's funny, we were just kind of doing some reflecting on, you know, life. I was talking a lot about, you know, the things, what's happened over the last 25 years since she and I met, 30 years since she and I met, and the things that I've accomplished in that period of time. And then my husband said last night, at the end of the night, he said, you know, you have thought of the things you want to do. And unlike many of us who we've all had things we want to do, but we deprive ourselves. We don't go for it. We doubt whatever it is, and we don't swing for the fence. So we have these memories about what we were going to do, but you have memories about what you wanted to do, and we've all watched you do them. So I thought, today, let me come on, just from my heart, right, to your ears, to share with you that this message on what are you depriving yourself of. And here's the thing. We all have these things in our life. I don't know if you are a person that likes to journal, but I do. Here's my Time for Mommy book. And, you know, I just always write down for myself what I want, what I see for myself. And I thought, maybe this might help somebody out there that's listening to me, and maybe you're depriving yourself of your next level, of your next goal, your next deal, you know, your next life, right? What you might be, your next relationship, because you've been writing these things down, or maybe you've even been thinking about them, but you haven't been going for them. Or maybe you're on the other side. Maybe you're that person that you're not even thinking about them. And so you don't know what your next is. So I wanted to talk a little bit and really quickly about what I do, what my system is for showing up for myself. And I hope that sharing my system, maybe it'll work for you. Maybe it won't. It's not for you. Hey there, darling. Yes. I think that, you know, maybe there's something that I'll say that might support you with, you know, owning this bigger part of you. And this is one of the things that I do ritualistically. I've been doing this since the beginning of, since I can remember. Definitely since I've been a mom over 21 years ago, but even before then. And that is that I always earmark either the night before or the first part of my day just to hear myself think. I've been doing this forever. And so what it looks like for me is, I do recommend in my book, Time for Mommy, 5 Essential Strategies for Mother Self-Care, that you give yourself at least 15 minutes every day, either the night before or the morning of, right, the day of, to think about yourself and what you're going to do, how you're going to live that day in your life so you can show up for the things that are important to you. Now I spend usually about an hour every single day, weekends included. It's just part of my life. Hey there, Patrice. And it's part of my life. It's how I include my big ideas in my world. And what it looks like is, hey, Evelyn, I might have my journal out. I might have just my coffee. And I might just be sitting in the sunroom. I might just sit outside. I might just be sitting in the living room by myself. And I literally take time to think about myself. I start thinking about, what do I want to do? And, what's a big dream that I have? And what do I want to accomplish today? And how am I going to do that? I'll give you something simple. Like today, my query today literally was, all right, I want to do 5 wellness acts for myself, right, every day. And so literally that was what my meditation was this morning. I was like, I want to do 5 great things for my body today. What does that look like? So I have my time with myself. I think about what that is. I go to the grocery store. I go get some strawberries, some blackberries, and some blueberries, and some mint leaves. I get my water infuser, and what do? I fill that, and I put those things there. That's one kind act. The second thing that I said, well, when I eat this morning, what do I want to have? And I was like, I want to have egg whites, today, because I like egg whites, but I want to make sure I have my egg whites today. I want to make sure I consume at least half this amount of this infused water. Making it was one act. Drinking it is another act. Egg whites are 3 acts. 4th act, I've got to move my body today. So I take a shower, I put on my workout clothes, I have to go and do some renovation of boxes, and I'm like, look, it's a beautiful day. When you go over there, when you go by the reservoir, you will walk for you today, all right? And so that's 4 acts. So I just literally start thinking about the things that I want to see happen in my world, and then I'll put a number on it, or I will just be intentional about how I'm going to see that show up in my day each and every day. It could be something related to that. It might be something related to reading or growing, my own personal development. It might be something related to my relationships with my kids or with my spouse. It might be something like that, right? It might be something related to how can I give to someone at a higher level. I know that on, was Saturday. I had something I really wanted to do. My son's theater teacher, who I think is absolutely amazing, she just did the play for the kids. Teachers are the greatest over deliverers, and they are not compensated for what they do. And I was like, when she finished that play, I really just wanted to do something really great for her. One, because after teaching middle schoolers all day, she then had to do play practice with middle schoolers, 40 plus middle schoolers, to put on an amazing performance, which was amazing. And I remember being outside of the school one day at the end of the first Friday night performance, and a parent was running late, and the theater teacher closed the school, and she was going to wait for this kid. This is like 10 o'clock at night. After she had, had a full day of working, a play she just put on, she was still going to wait for this kid. And I was like, no way, I could stay and wait with this kid. I haven't done anything close to what you've done today. But just that level of over-deliver. And in my mind on Saturday, I was thinking, what kind acts? How can I show up for someone that has been amazing in my world and other people's world that's not acknowledged? I even was thinking about, wouldn't it be great to just adopt a teacher? Literally, this was my thought. Adopt a teacher, and you adopt a teacher all year, and you just love on that teacher, right? Just love on a teacher. So I was like, what could I do for someone that gives so much? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down to Four Seasons. I'm going to get her an amazing gift card, and I'm going to give that to her today. And that was when I thought about that on Saturday, how could I show up in a way that's giving and loving and kind, and give someone something that I know they would truly need? Things like that. I'm telling you this because this is my truth. I spend time every day thinking about how I can show up in the world and the things that are important to me, that I'm there for those things, that I'm there for my family, that I'm there for my parents, that I'm there for my husband, my kids, I'm there for myself, right? I think about how I can be there for my clients. And the way I think about that is, I know I can't be there for my clients if I'm working too much. So if I'm working like a Hebrew, what I mean, slave through my work efforts, meaning I'm underpaid, I'm working too many hours, I can't over deliver. That means that if you've got a deal and it would be a great thing for me to call you to find out how you're going to close this thing, I can't do that if I'm working with like 300 people in a month doing one-to-one calls. Can't do that. So I structure my business. I'm always asking myself, what's the easiest and most effortless way for me to deliver what I can to my clients, right? Because that allows me to show up, in a better way. One of the greatest things that I'm challenging, is this helping you guys? I hope this is supporting you guys. I'm talking about, just sometimes not giving ourselves what we deserve because we don't have a system in our world to allow us to pull back and say, how can I show up bigger? How can I show up stronger? One of the greatest things that I've been challenging myself with the last couple of months is I've gained a lot of weight in the last year. This is crazy, right? Like, I'm the freest person. I'm a free bird, like free. Okay, there's no reason I can't go to the gym. There's no reason I can't be consistent in my health, like literally, right? Other than it has not been a priority. I hired a personal trainer, all that's good. But I've been really working on that piece and owning that piece for myself and saying, how can that show up? And I just get quiet every day. One of the things that I do every single day is I make time for prayer and meditation. You guys can choose what you want to do. I do an hour a day, but it could be 15 minutes a day. And I really intentionally think about how am I going to show up more powerfully in my world, right? I think about things even like in terms of my team. How can I show up better for them? Hey, good morning. How can I show up better for them? What do they need from me? Okay, they definitely need someone that is a visionary, that's a leader, okay? And how am I going to lead them if I can't lead myself, right? Like literally. So I think, how can I be a better leader? What are the conversations that I need to have with them that are important so that they can drive the results that we need to get done in a way that's clearer for them? I can't do that if I don't take time to think about, you know what I mean? If I don't take that time to think about, what my needs are. And I want to say this to you, that a lot of times, and I know I'm talking about a whole lot of things, but this is some good stuff. And it's really from my heart. I think a lot of times when we think about people growing businesses or hitting their success, we think about gunning and running. We think about, money. We think about hustling and grinding. We think about that. But my greatest moments are not from that. My greatest success really comes from the downtime that I had, because that's when I start to think about like new ideas of things that I can create or how to leverage my time or how to do more with less, right? Like I really start to think about that. I start to think about, what's working in my business the best and what's not working so well. I start to look at, when I think about my clients, I start to think about what's the profile of client that I prefer to work with. Why do I prefer to work with that client? And that's not all just, collecting money or selling services. It's really being intentional about what you want to see show up in your world. Hey, Melissa. Actually, Melissa, I got your message from like a week and a half ago, and I'm going to reach out to you. You're definitely top of mind in terms of the sales piece. We're just putting together some things. And Evelyn, you the same. We were actually talking about you this morning, Evelyn. So just hang in there with me, okay? And so I start thinking about things like that. I start thinking about, what the future of my business looks like. I start thinking about what are the resources that I need to put in place so that I can really build the kind of business that I want to scale even greater than I have. I start thinking about what does quality life look like for me, and you guys all know I'm renovating this house, right? So, and I start thinking about my vision of what that looks like, and that's not just picking tile, and it's just thinking about how I want to live as an entrepreneur that works from my house, and what's my big vision of what that looks like beyond, knocking out walls or anything like that, because it's bigger than that, okay? So I just want to say that sometimes we deprive ourselves of the things that we want. Hey there, Jackie. Sometimes we deprive ourselves of the things that we want not because they're not available to us, because we don't take the time to really savor what's working, what's not working, to really think about in our world what our needs are, how to maximize the resources that are available to us, to feel, because when you feel, you connect to the things that really do matter. And I do think that for the most part, we know the things that are fulfilling for us in our lives, and we know the things that deplete us. But if you just keep going, sometimes you don't give your body the opportunity to speak to you loudly. That's why I love to get quiet every single day so that I can connect with myself. Is this making sense? Did this support you guys in some way? So how might you be depriving yourself? I want you to just think about it. Like, what is it that you need to incorporate in your routine, in your world, in your daily plan so that you can show up bigger for yourself? And I want you to think, how can you do this in a way that's soft, that's easy, without a whole lot of effort, without a heavy lift, right? So for me, I just flow like right into the sunroom, like literally. I don't know if you guys can see that door over there. That door over there. I just flow right into there, and that's where my sun porch is. And then I just sit out there and I get it easy, with my cup of coffee. And I just think every single morning about what would serve my highest good. How can I show up for that day for myself? What are my goals and objectives for me to live a bigger, fuller life, full of more love, more care? How can I do what I love to do with more ease and grace? And I'm not saying any of these things like, in some kind of hokey way. I'm telling you, this is my truth. I believe it is why I get to see, hey, Celeste. I believe it's why I get to do what I want to do, the way that I want to do it. Hey there, good morning. I get to do it the way that I want to do it is because I'm intentional about what I get to see, all right? And does this make sense? Did this help you guys today? All right, if this supported you in some way, I want you to just post here one way that you're going to stop depriving yourself and that you're going to show up bigger for yourself in your world this week and hold yourself accountable. Like, let us know, like shoot a video and let us know what you did differently this week as a result of maybe this live that inspired you to then say, you know what? I've got all these great trees out in my, my neighborhood. I could just go on a walk. Like maybe you could just go on a walk 10 minutes a day and connect with you. And you're just taking those things for granted, taking that time for granted, thinking you're too busy to connect with yourself. And I'm telling you that connecting to yourself is the key to all the answers that you're looking for, okay? I love you guys. Any great plan has to be informed by your center. And if you are disconnected from your center, so is everything that's attached to that choice. So always make, always start your day, always make time in every day for you to connect with yourself so that when you do choose what you want, you make a powerful choice because you know what you want, all right? I love you. Have a great and amazing day. Bye, guys.